The journey of a student is rarely a straight line. There are peaks and valleys, moments of triumph, and times when the weight of the world feels like it rests on your shoulders. But within each of us lies a wellspring of strength and resilience. Over the next few moments, we'll journey together through 12 stories, each one a testament to the power of perseverance, creativity, and self-belief. So, whether you're a student just starting your path, or someone facing a crossroads in life, let these stories serve as a reminder. You are capable of extraordinary things. A man found himself walking near a group of elephants, their massive forms held in place by a simple rope tied to their front legs. He was amazed. Why didn't these powerful creatures, with their immense strength, simply break free?
When they are young, we use the same size rope. Back then, it was enough to hold them. As they grow, they are conditioned to believe they cannot break away.
The man looked back at the elephants, their quiet strength belying a lifetime of learned helplessness. It wasn't the physical restraint that held the elephants captive, but the invisible chains of belief forged in their youth. How often do we, like those elephants, limit ourselves based on past experiences? Imagine a man not in the prime of his youth, but at an age when many contemplate retirement. This man, Colonel Harlan Sanders, had faced his share of setbacks. A seventh-grade dropout, he'd tried his hand at various ventures, each one ending in disappointment. At the age of 40, he began selling chicken, a simple recipe crafted with care.
Undeterred, I decided to franchise my restaurant, only to be met with rejection after rejection. 1,009 times to be precise, my recipe was dismissed. But I held on to my vision.
And then, the 1010th time, someone said yes. That yes transformed not only the Colonel's life, but the culinary landscape. Kentucky Fried Chicken, a name synonymous with crispy, flavorful comfort food, was born. In the vast expanse of the ocean, a marine biologist conducted an experiment. He placed a shark, a predator at the top of its food chain, into a large tank. Then, he released tiny baitfish into the water. The shark, true to its nature, wasted no time. It darted through the water, devouring the smaller fish.
I then divided the tank with a clear fiberglass barrier, confining the shark to one side. I released the baitfish again, this time on the other side of the barrier.
The shark, driven by instinct, lunged, but instead of its prey, it slammed into the invisible wall. Days turned into a routine of futile attempts and eventual resignation. The biologist then removed the barrier, but it was too late. The shark, trapped by the memory of the obstacle, remained on its side of the tank, even as the baitfish swam tantalizingly close. In a time when debts were settled not with money, but with honor and often desperation, there lived a merchant named Sam. Sam found himself indebted to Tom, a ruthless moneylender, his heart heavy with the weight of his obligation.
Tom, his eyes gleaming with cold calculation, proposed a bargain. My father was to be released from his debt, but only if I became Tom's bride.
But then Tom, perhaps sensing a flicker of defiance in Sam's eyes, offered a twisted alternative. Black and white pebbles lay scattered on the ground. Tom would select two, concealing one in each hand.
As Tom bent to pick up the pebbles, I noticed his deceit. Black pebbles filled both his hands. My mind raced, each option a path fraught with peril.
To expose Tom's deception was to invite his wrath.
I had to think beyond the obvious, beyond the pebbles.
Sometimes the solution lies in changing the rules of the game. Deep within the heart of a sun-dappled forest, a group of frogs hopped and leapt, their vibrant green bodies blending seamlessly with the lush surroundings. Their carefree journey, however, took a turn when two of them, their leaps a little too ambitious, tumbled into a deep, dark pit. The frogs at the top peered over the edge, their cheerful croaks replaced with murmurs of concern. Down in the darkness, the two frogs struggled, their legs churning desperately against the unforgiving walls. From above, their companions called down, their voices laced with despair. "It's no use," they croaked. One of the trapped frogs, its spirit broken by exhaustion and the chorus of negativity, finally succumbed. It stopped struggling, its body going limp. The other frog, however, continued to fight. With every ounce of strength it possessed, it leaped, its small body a blur of determined movement. Sometimes not hearing the negativity is the key to perseverance. A hush fell over the classroom as the professor entered with an assortment of objects. He placed a large empty glass jar on the table. Then he added smooth rocks. Next he poured in pebbles. Finally he added fine sand. With a twinkle in his eye, he asked, "Is the jar full?" The lesson was clear: prioritize the big things in life. In the tranquil embrace of a lush garden, a man stumbled upon a sight that both captivated and concerned him. A butterfly, its wings still damp and crumpled, struggled to emerge from its chrysalis. The narrow opening offered little room for escape. Minutes stretched into hours, and still the butterfly persisted. The man, his heart touched by the creature's valiant struggle, felt a surge of compassion. He wanted to help, to ease the butterfly's arduous journey. With the best of intentions, he carefully picked up a pair of small scissors and gently snipped at the chrysalis, widening the opening. The butterfly, freed from its confinement, emerged into the world, its wings no longer held captive by the silken threads. But something was amiss. The butterfly's wings, instead of unfurling into their full, vibrant glory, remained shriveled and weak. Its body too seemed frail, lacking the vitality of a newly emerged butterfly. Sometimes the struggle is necessary for growth and strength. Once upon a time, in a kingdom bathed in sunlight and prosperity, there reigned a wise king. He devised a test, placing a boulder on the main road. Concealed, he watched his subjects' varied reactions. Wealthy merchants grumbled and turned back. Sometimes the true test lies in how we respond to obstacles. A farmer stood at the edge of a well, his heart sinking as he heard the distressed brays of his donkey. The donkey had tumbled into the well and all rescue attempts had failed. With a heavy heart, he began to fill the well with dirt. Sometimes shaking off life's troubles is the only way to rise above them. Chapter 10. The Weight of the Glass, Letting Go of Stress. The air crackled with anticipation as the psychology professor entered the lecture hall, a simple glass of water in his hand. Students shifted in their seats, their minds abuzz with theories about what psychological principle he'd demonstrate today. Instead of launching into a complex theory or experiment, the professor stood silently, his gaze sweeping across the room. He held up the glass, half filled with water, and posed an unexpected question. "How heavy is this glass of water?" A wave of confused murmurs rippled through the audience. Some students, eager to showcase their knowledge, ventured guesses, their answers ranging from a few ounces to a pound. The professor smiled, a knowing glint in his eyes. "The absolute weight of this glass is not important," he began. "What matters is how long I hold it." The lesson was clear. The longer you hold on to stress, the heavier it becomes. Chapter 11. The Crumpled $20, Recognizing Your Inherent Worth. The seminar hall buzzed with anticipation as the speaker took the stage, his presence commanding attention. In his hand, he held up a crisp $20 bill. With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, he posed a simple question to the audience. "Who wants this $20 bill?" As expected, a sea of hands shot up, eager smiles on the faces of the attendees. The speaker chuckled, nodding in acknowledgement. "I'll gladly give this $20 to one of you," he announced. "But first, I'm going to do something to it." Intrigued, the audience leaned forward, their curiosity piqued. The speaker proceeded to crumple the bill in his fist, its smooth surface now wrinkled and creased. Despite its altered appearance, the value of the bill remained unchanged. So too does our worth, regardless of life's trials. Chapter 12. The Woodcutter's Axe. The Importance of Sharpening Your Skills. Deep within a forest, a young woodcutter began his new job. He was eager to prove his worth to the king. His axe gleamed in the sunlight. In his first month, he felled 18 trees. The king commended him. He pushed himself harder. He labored from dawn till dusk, but he only felled 15 trees. Disappointed, he resolved to improve. He redoubled his efforts. He worked with ferocity. Yet he felled only 12 trees. Sometimes it's not about working harder, but working smarter. And so we come to the end of our journey, 12 stories woven together by threads of resilience, ingenuity, and the unwavering belief in the power of the human spirit. Each tale a reminder that within every challenge lies an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn, to adapt, and to emerge stronger on the other side. As you navigate the path ahead, Remember the lessons embedded within these stories. Don't be afraid to think differently, to challenge the norm, and to seek out solutions where others see only obstacles. The world awaits your unique talents, your passions, your contributions. Go forth and make your mark.